Alrighty, so what awaits us inside this strange place? I mean, there have been no records of people beyond a void gate before, so we have no clue what's gonna be in here. If we're even gonna make it out okay, if we can even survive in here, nothing. So like the previous 2 raids before this, I am just in the duty finder. "23 random people." So back at the start there's a wormhole generator. They're the same exact things as the Allegon teleporters. Why they look exactly the same, that I'm not sure about, but I'm glad they gave it a different name, because this is an otherworldly place. It does bear a slight resemblance if you notice the structures and things like that. It kind of looks like a negative version of Circus Tower over here. So this be our first big trash pull in here with these Chimera guys. And yes, they do come with Ram's voice and Dragon's voice, among other moves. You kind of want to watch out for that stuff, because, yeah. Oh yeah, and on top of that, there's going to be these big flaming circles taking up the majority of the room that you don't want to stand in. Oh, Dragon's voice. I'm going to get hit by that. Surprisingly not. Oh, I did get hit by it. Okay. I'm apparently lagging quite a bit. Get this paralysis off everybody. Oh no! Somebody died. Okay, good. The other healer got him. Alright. Well, that was quick. I'm gonna stand right in the donut for this dragon's voice. Or maybe he's gonna die before he gets it off. So that's not all we have to contend with. We have a 2-headed dragon and a bunch of ninjas. Why this and Circus Tower have ninjas in it, I have absolutely no idea. And I was wondering why that didn't work on Celine. But whatever. I mean, I suppose they have to put something in here, but... was the army of the Allegon Empire, a bunch of ninjas or something? I don't know. This is never actually explained, and I don't know. I mean, Doga and Renee were at least were mages. But it would be nice to see some, other similar jobs or anything, as my knee hits my desk. Sorry if you heard that. Alright. Now that I'm ensured nobody else is gonna die, as I wasted a lustrate on myself. That's alright now. So up the stairs we go. Why such an otherworldly place, again, has stairs? I'm not quite sure about. It's almost like somebody actually, built this place. Was Circus Tower, modeled after this place, or something? I don't know. I honestly do not know. So we have a nice giant Ahriman to contend with over here. Good times. And he actually speaks to us. So we're gonna ignore these little lighty circles on the floor for the time being. Double vision, depending on what side of the room you're on, gives you a specific debuff. Brand of the Ireful or brand of the... what is the other one? Of the Sullen. What was the other one? If you get 2 stacks of the same one, you start taking a lot of damage from it. You don't want any more than 2 stacks of any particular one, and each one will override the other, so you want to swap between standing on the red half and standing on the blue half. Pretty simple. Those flare moves are going to target somebody in the middle and bind them. Just everyone get the hell out. It's so much easier. Mortal Gaze will cause Doom. if you manage to be looking directly at him by the time he finishes the cast. And that's what the little circles on the floor are for. Very similar to the pterosaur, whatever the hell his name was, in Sunken Temple of Karn. It's the same idea, except glowy platforms, it's just glowy circles on the floor. So we want to get rid of these hourglasses here. Notice there is a roulette spinning around on the floor. After a certain amount of time, it's going to stop on its own. But once the hourglasses are dead, it's going to stop on the last one it was there for. You want to get out of it quickly, because a Grim Reaper is going to appear, and anyone who's in that zone is dead. If you fail to destroy any of the hourglasses before this timer runs out, what the timer is, I don't know, you have no time to move out of it. It just stops you dead in your tracks, so you want to make sure you destroy them. Yeah, and you can see some people took 2 stacks of the same color, so they took quite a bit of damage. 2 stacks is survivable, 3 is just asking for trouble. Oh yeah, it's pretty much lather, rinse, repeat now. What's interesting about this place, though, is the bosses don't have a set rotation, really. They pretty much have a list of abilities, and they use them in pretty much a random order. So you can have things like double vision appear only a couple seconds after one another. Eventually, he's going to summon the hourglasses again. Now, in case you haven't noticed about this whole saga, it's kind of a bunch of it is obviously written from Final Fantasy III. How much of it exactly, I do not know, as I have not played Final Fantasy III. But what I am told is true, pretty much like all the bosses in here are certainly just ripped directly from it, including the Crystal Tower section of Final Fantasy III. So I have heard. I may have misinformation there or something, I don't know. These ads will do that eyes on me attack that the first boss in the Darkhold did, which is like raid-wide damage. But it can be stunned, or you can kill them before that. They get it off. Stunning is probably the better of the ideas, because if both of them get it off, people have actually died from it, especially if double vision appears right around the same time, and it can, and somebody doesn't, between attacking them, doesn't have enough time to get over there onto the other side and takes a double stack. Look away! Look away! The other side. Hooray! Wait, no, I'm in Alliance B this time, you schmuck. I do have to say, though, I do love in the otherworldly nature of this place that we have these other kinds of walkways appearing. This is what it should be, not just a bunch of man-made stairwells. Looks almost exactly the same as the ones in Lost City of Andapur. Pretty fitting, since, you know, they were kind of part of the same void zone kind of thing. Oh, this green glowy stuff now. Very ominous. So now we have a palette swap! Alright! I'll make it clear she's actually trash and not an actual boss, but she does come with Unholy. But none of that other crap mechanics that made her a bit of a challenge in Circus Tower. So we want to close these forbidden gates by destroying them. There's no way to stun them or anything like that. You just gotta destroy them. And if you don't, before they finish casting their Void Call, they'll summon a bunch of ads on you. Now the second set actually has quite a nasty ad coming out of the middle one, so it's rather customary to attack the middle one first. Even though in the first set it doesn't matter, but it's just out of habit. Well, at least these guys just aren't just generic ninjas. Treasure? Oh no, it's a trap! Yeah, you notice this time around the middle gate is a bit bigger than the other two. And we have another clone of Emperor MC Hammer over here. Ugh. Yeah, see, we got quite a different ad coming out this time. And they hurt. Okay, alright, I think we're good. Sorry about the silence. I'm trying to pay attention to what's going on here. This is being released in patch 2.5. This is actually rather semi-new content, so can't just face roll it anymore. Well, you never really could. Well, at least not as easily as the other ones. Hooray! Alright. Had a few casualties in there, but it's fine, it's fine. We're not dead yet. Well, not officially. So this will be our next boss, the 5-headed dragon. I love how you have that one head that's like shorter than the rest. He's just, I think he's just leaning over a bit more, but from this angle it looks like it's really shorter. Well, this 5-headed dragon has quite the skinny midsection for the size of a butt it has, but whatever. Thanks, please don't play aggro tag, thank you very much. So each of the heads represents a different element, and based on which heads are flailing about, depends on what moves it does. These prominent things need to be destroyed, otherwise they cast a raid-wide AoE kind of move called Radiance. Thank you, I couldn't remember what it was called. Don't stand in the fire. That sucks. So these guys right here, you gotta basically play hot potato with these things. And the more you have one of those things of birds on you, the more stacks you take and the more damage you take. So pretty much you just want to run into somebody to get it off them, and then you run into somebody else to pass it along. Which again, it's the same prey mechanic you can actually use in Lost City of Bandipore, although nobody really uses it there. Kind of similar concept to Elegant Rot in Binding Cola Bahamut. And I'm not actually gonna cleric stance here. So once he starts casting Discordance, you want to destroy these heads who are now actually visible. But every time you destroy one, he's going to start charging up again, and it's going to be even faster. If he gets his move off with any of the heads alive, you're pretty much dead. Yes, he knows the cast bar is really fast now. I know. We're going to have different heads flailing around. How Hooray! These ice circles will grow. So we want to kind of avoid them because they're gonna freeze you in place, and that's not cool. Now these pools of toxic slime took people quite a long time to figure out. Basically, you need someone to stand in it during the whole duration of it. Otherwise, more slimes will actually come out of it, including a big nasty one that will cast like AoE silence. And ah crap, this is on me. I'm gonna run over here, which you don't want. But obviously the poison puddle poisons you, but if you kill the first slime and get hit by the AoE explosion when he dies, he'll give you a poison resistance buff. Yeah, and that move I was just targeted for, he pretty much just blasts a huge thing of air at you. And like half the room. So you want to try to take it away from the raid if you can, but a ton of people are going to get hit by it, so no big deal. It's kind of unavoidable. And the hot potato bird is going to come out now too. Okay, unless it doesn't want to go off on me. Okay, fine. I tried. He can actually start to cast Discordance again, but I've actually rarely seen him do it twice. Oh, this move right here. I freaking hate this move. It only lasts like 5 seconds, but literally everything you do during that time, 500 ticks of damage. Everything. Like, you move half an inch. You attempt to catch a spell. You attempt to cancel this spell. You do anything, and it attacks you for damage. If you've got Stone Skin or Galvanize up beforehand, you can avoid the debuff happening in the first place, but half the time I don't realize it's coming in time, so yeah, see, nobody's standing in the poison pile, so it keeps spawning stuff. Oh no! I tried to save you, bro! Yeah, toxic slime, no bueno. Yeah. But thankfully he's dead. But yeah, that's not cool. But we still won! Awesome. So I like the tower before, we can actually see the path that led us up here, which is nice. Like how you can't see anything below us. Like you have no idea like where in the world you are. Well, mainly probably because you're not really of that world anymore, I guess we should say. It's nice like Aurora Borealis type thing over there. Alright, so we have 3 different kinds of Atomos here. So we're a little bit different than the ones we've actually we faced back in Labyrinth of the Ancients. That move is going to try to suck in a targeted player, but you can jump off the platform to avoid it. If somebody gets sucked in, he'll cast White Hole, but a shockwave move will shove people off to the side. And we need to actually constantly be stepping on these lighted portals because they're what activates the jumping pads for people to get back up here. So basically there's Atomos Prime, who you can see on my aggro list. Each time you defeat one of these Atomoses, it's going to siphon energy from Atomos Prime. Gain a vulnerability down stack, which means it's going to be harder to kill. And you will continue to do that for all 3 of them until Atomos Prime is completely drained of energy. So basically, it's smack it until it dies. Typically, you'll generate. Why did I just walk off? You'll see like the third vulnerability down stack appear. By the time it's defeated as a whole. I have seen a 4 stack, but usually because that's one group failing miserably. Whoops, I was not paying attention and I got sucked in. Doesn't really hurt as much though. There we go! Yeah, once Animos Prime is defeated, all the other Animos instantly die regardless of their remaining health and whatnot. So probably one of my favorite bosses in the game. No, select him and focus target him. Okay. Cerberus! This fight is much more fun as DPS though. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to show you the best part of the fight. So yeah, he's a big puppy and he is all tied up and muzzled up and everything. So methinks he's not very happy. And also, his tail really hurts. You don't want to stand in that. And it's actually triggered too, so you don't want to stand behind him. Alas, so many people do, and activate it and get hit constantly by it. It's actually kind of lame. I don't think I've roused Celine this whole freaking time. I am stupid. So eventually he's going to get so mad, he's going to break free of his chains. And he is going to be one angry, giant puppy. So he's going to spit a little thing of bile at a random player. And he's going to cast an AoE that's going to shrink anyone who's actually caught up in it. He's also going to throw up a pile of puke. And then eat from it, which is rather disgusting. If you get eaten by it, and by the way, that thing traps you if you step into it, so don't do it, you will die. But since the gastric juice there actually causes the mini status, you will instead be swallowed whole. Now that's the fun part of the fight, because all the people who are minied right now, if you notice I can't target them, they're actually inside his stomach. And he's got a nasty little ulcer problem. It's no wonder he's so darn angry. So you burst down the little holes in his stomach, and he's gonna get some very, very severe case of indigestion. And it's gonna hurt him a lot, and he's gonna barf you right back up. And it takes off a ton of his health. Yeah, see, it just took off 25% of his health in just an instant there. Now these Wolfbanes are a pain in the butt because they poison you and do a lot of damage. And now while he's slumped to the ground in pain, we need to rechain him. If you don't, by the time Awakening gets off, you are dead. Because he gets really pissed and there's no way to stop him. You also don't want to heal anybody who's grabbing any of these chains. Because it actually makes him drop it. For some reason the healing buffs override it. I was afraid he was going to do his tail swipe there, because usually he does. So now it's lather, rinse, repeat, except he's got these lightning balls on top of everything. So I don't know how rechaining him puts the muzzles back on him too, but whatever. Plot convenience, I guess. Now eventually he's going to spit up again, only this time he's actually going to barf first and then spit out the bile. So you can actually somewhat strategically plan where you place the pile of bile, because you know where the vomit is. The first time it's just luck, because you don't, where he actually barfs is completely random. And I have seen it appear on opposite sides of the fields. And then the person with the juice landed. Now that move can cause, we didn't get hit by it, but a move called Abandonment. And if you're not near other players by the time it wears off, you will get Hysteria'd. And it's funny when it happens to other people. He's a messy eater. I don't know if you heard it there, but he actually made a gulping sound when he swallows everybody. He can only swallow so many players. What that number is, I actually don't know off the top of my head. But he'll continue eating people who are in there until he's full. Thankfully, he swallows us whole, so we come out completely unharmed. Except covered in stomach acid. I'm gonna get hit by that. I was trying to come over here and deal with this little Wolfbane problem. I think he swallowed watermelon seeds or something. Because I don't know why the hell semi-sentient plants start coming out of his puke. But whatever. So he done dead! Hooray! Sorry, puppy, you had to be put down. Piece of loot for me! Woohoo! I don't like the ominous sound of this music. Okay then. You're not the least bit creepy. At all. So yes, Cloud of Darkness has boobs. Again with the fan service stuff. Yeah, don't get hit by the giant laser beam of doom. It's actually gonna chase somebody, this poor archer. I think it's an archer, well, bard, whatever. He's running around the room. Yeah, you get hit by that, you get vulnerability up stacks, and yeah, it causes a lot of damage, and if you stand still and don't outrun that thing, it will kill you very quickly. And likely half of your party while you're at it. So she likes to teleport around the room, and shoot more giant laser beams of death. She's got a fondness for that. Another one of those laser beam towers of death. It hits like 15 times on the ground or something like that. Now these thingies are like the circles we saw with MC Hammer. You need to stand in them and absorb the damage from the group for the group. Many of them go off and you're in deep crap. Unfortunately, Zero Form, the hitbox is actually rather larger than it appears to be. So even if it looks like you're not going to get hit by it, you actually might, and it kind of sucks in that regard. Because a lot of what she does gives what these vulnerability up stacks. Which is poopy! Eventually she's going to become invulnerable. Summon these dark clouds. And we'll see storms too. Over here. You don't want them to suck. We don't want her to suck them in. They're pretty much the, like the DPS check of this fight kind of thing. So you don't want her to suck any in. But if you stand in front of them, and or partially in their hitbox, it can be rather finicky. You can slow them down. Unfortunately, the things like disease and the actual heavy status effect aren't going to work on this thing, but standing in front of it will slow it down. Which is pretty cool. And I totally missed that thing. Eventually I will get inside one of these hitboxes here. Well, you attacked the Cloud of Darkness, thank you. That was not sacred soil. I totally just did that with Clark's stance on, but I didn't get it off in time. No big deal. We're fine, we're fine. Obviously, it's proportional damage to the amount of cloud she sucked in. These Shadow Lookers, bad news bears. Smack them. Play whack-a-mole, because you do not want to let these suckers live, because they'll start casting status effects on you, and that's no bueno. But thankfully, you only need to hit them once to make them go away. So that's pretty cool. Where are you? Uh-oh, hypercharged clouds. Oh no. Kill it! Kill it! Now, kind of like with Sunken Temple here, eventually this will seal itself off, preventing anybody from the outside from going in. Although, pets are the exception to that. They can still actually sneak in there. And they work similar to MC Hammer's Comets. You don't destroy them in time, and big raid-wide AoEs. Not cool. Now, she is rather really creepy when she's sucking these things in. Look how high her wide her eyes are. I mean, I know technically it's an it, and technically Cloud of Darkness is genderless, but it's just for easy, because there is no real non-condescending gender neutral in the English language. I can understand people calling, you know, referring to the gender pronoun she. Feels very wrong using it. So I don't. Although, admittedly, have I yelled at other people for using it? Yes. You can't really use the argument, well, it has to be a she. She's got boobs. Well, men have boobs, too. That doesn't make them female. Just saying. Yeah, she ate a bunch there, so yeah. Unfortunately, my Swiftcast is down. I know I'm not paying attention to mechanics. I'm trying to keep my party alive. Oh, but it, whatever. Oh, that's bullcrap. Pure and utter bullcrap. She's at 1%. She, it, whatever. Now it's not the time for arguing. That was pure bullcrap. Very funny achievements, very funny. I am rendering your covenant null and void. Ha 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 ha. You see what I did there? I actually didn't even intentionally mean to make that joke. At least not consciously.